For the first time ever in Ultimate Team, we have cards that you can do as an SBC to get them on a 99 game loan. Now, this is obviously unprecedented in Ultimate Team. The max we've had before is maybe Movember back in Foot 17 or something like that, where you could get a Movember card for a 20 odd game loan. But as we're used to on Ultimate Team and SBCs, especially when you look at icon cards and new promos that come out in the game, it's something like a 5-game maximum loan where you can try out that card for 5 games and maybe decide if you want to do the main one, which obviously is a good idea. But now with these super loan cards, it kind of changes everything. I don't feel like there's one downside whatsoever of actually having this option. Now that's obviously different to having downsides of doing a 99 game loan card instead of the actual card, which I'll get into later in the video. But I firstly just wanted to start off by saying the more options for us, the better. There's no downside for us having an option to do a card for 5-game loan and also having an option to do it for 99 games and then having an option to actually complete the card and keep it forever. So let's start off by talking about the pros and cons of super loans with the ones out right now in Ultimate Team. The first ever super loans that we can compare with each other to speak about the pros in doing them and the cons of doing them as well. As we start off with Benjamin Henrich's loan card for 99 games. It's coming in at around 15,000 coins if you're going to buy these cards on the market to put into the SBC, which is obviously a lot cheaper than doing his main card, which comes in around 55,000 coins at the moment. So the first pro is that his loan costs 40,000 coins less to complete, which obviously if you don't have the coins or the cards to do his main one, you're saving a lot of coins for a card that you can still use for a very long time, which leads into the second pro of these super loans. How often would you actually do an SBC card like this and use it over 99 times anyway? Like so many times from my own personal experience, I'll go out and do an SBC, use it for about 30 or so games, maybe 50 games, and there's a new SBC card that comes out, or I pack a new card untradeable, and I end up replacing that card quite frequently. So that's just something that you're going to have to think about in your situation. It's going to be dependent on everyone's personal situations with their team, or I guess how often you guys like to change the players you use as well. Another pro of having these super loan SBCs in the game and then being cheaper to complete, away from having to go out and actually spend on the market, a lot of the times, and from my own personal experience as well, we'll have untradeable rare gold players in our club that are lower rated. As you can see here, the rating it costs for this SBC is 82 rating. A lot of the times we'll have 82 rated golds untradeable in our club that obviously don't make our team, that can't really be put into a high rated SBC. So maybe they're the sort of cards that we get out of our club, put into a loan SBC, because we wouldn't normally use them anyway, and we're not losing any coins because the cards are already untradeable in our club. So I'd definitely say that's another pro, being able to use cards that normally are just collecting dust in your club. Suddenly you can put them into a super loan SBC and you're getting a card for 99 games, which, as we've mentioned, maybe you wouldn't normally use an SBC card like that for over 99 games anyway. Starting off with the cons of completing a super loan SBC card over the main card, and this one might be pretty obvious, but I'm going to mention it anyway, because on the rare occasion that we are going to use or want to use one of these cards for more than 99 games, obviously you won't be able to. The card would have expired and you won't be able to use it, and it won't be able to be a club legend longer than 99 games. And maybe you obviously don't know before you're completing the SBC whether he is going to be a player like that, whether they're going to be at the club for more than 99 games. So you might just complete it at a cheaper cost to start with, and then you might have to say goodbye to that player and not being able to replace them easily after that time. Another con of the super loans and having a loan card in your club is obviously you do not own that card. If you're sick of using that card or have used it for a long time and then naturally you're going to upgrade using that card, you can't then forward it on into an SBC. Like at the moment, 87 rated cards on the market, the cheapest one would be about 25,000 coins to buy if you're going to put that into an SBC. So if you went out and spent coins on this 87 Henrichs card from scratch and it cost you 55,000 coins, technically, if you're going to put that card into an SBC later down the line, it still has to have a value of around 25,000 coins. So you'd only lose 30,000 coins on completing the SBC. Then you would have hoped that all that time you've used the card, you were able to earn more coins than that. So that's obviously a con of doing the loan card after you're finished with it, because you're still putting cards into this SBC, don't forget, and you may actually spend coins completing this SBC. The card is worth nothing to you. You can't recycle it into a higher rated card. You can't recycle it into a card that you want to replace this. You just have the loan for however you want, the 99 games. If you use it less, you can't put it into anything, and obviously you can't use it more. But like we've already mentioned, there's no con whatsoever just having the option of super loan cards, because the more options we have as the player, the better it is. In some instances, we may be in a position with our coin totals on Ultimate Team or the cards that we have on our Ultimate Team to want to go out and do a main SBC. I don't want a 5-game loan. I don't want a super loan. I want to do the main one. That's fine. Still having the option to do that is good. However, if there's a card, like we've mentioned, for 99 games where you may not have the coins to do the main one, you don't see yourself having that main card for a long-term period in Ultimate Team, now we have the option of completing a 99 game loan. And if we just wanted to use it for the Weekend League, there's 20 games in the Weekend League, you can end up using that loan card for about 5 Weekend Leagues, which is over a month of Ultimate Team, and that still has a long period of time of use. I think it is quite exciting times though for the future of SBCs and the future of super loan SBCs, as I can go to right now in Ultimate Team and look at the icon cards we have, the icon SBCs, and this is the upper echelon of SBCs in Ultimate Team. Some of these icon cards end up costing millions to complete, which are hard to get the coins to actually complete them, and maybe by the time that we're actually completing the SBCs, some of them have 6 squads, 9 squads, 12 squads. We could be chipping away at completing these SBC cards, and then suddenly there's just a new card or new SBC that comes out in the game, and then they're behind the curve. However, imagine the future of having a 99 game lone prime R9 SBC in the game. And we all know that play Ultimate Team how hard it is to acquire some of these cards that cost millions and millions of coins, and you might never be able to use a player like Ronaldo 9 who maybe you've looked up to, you've seen other people use, and it's just so hard to acquire and complete as SBC. However, now with super loan cards, suddenly you could be using a card like R9 for, like I mentioned, 5 whole weekend leagues and being able to afford that when you never normally would have. It makes you even think about super loans and the impact that could have on Player of the Month SBCs that we get in the game. As you can see on the screen right now, I have a Player of the Month Mbappe and a Player of the Month Rashford. And I want to show you quickly that I completed the normal first Player of the Month Rashford card. As you can see, now I've got 2 of them. I completed the 84 Rashford and I used them for 112 games, which is obviously higher than that 99 game loan, but not by much. And as soon as I completed this 84 Rashford, I thought, okay, at the moment in time in Ultimate Team, it was at the start of the game, it's a rarely usable card and is not behind the power curve. Suddenly, very quickly, this Player of the Month Rashford is behind the power curve and is even replaced by a higher rated version of himself of the same card that I've completed that SBC, and suddenly the 84 one was useless, was worthless, and that is only SBC fodder for another SBC, but an 84 rated card isn't quite hard to acquire at all considering what I put in for the card. So imagine if we had super loan cards for Player of the Months. I would probably start to do these SBCs like a Rashford if I didn't really think that an 84 Rashford was going to be in my team for the full duration of FIFA. However, maybe someone like Mbappe still in my position. I had a lot of coins to spend. I had a lot of spare cards in my club to use. But it does beg the question, even for Mbappe, someone like Mbappe who normally gets a lot of Player of the Month cards, are you really going to go out and do his first Player of the Month and complete it for millions of coins when you can do his super loan and is probably going to get another Player of the Month anyway? Because suddenly, if there's a higher rated Mbappe Player of the Month card that comes out, this one that I've got now is lower rated. I can't put it into that SBC to have a lot of value and complete a lot more than any other 92 card would. And then I'm looking at a Winter Wildcard Paye, for example, that I ended up completing and using for around 30 games. There you go. Since this card came out a long time ago, I feel like a super loan in this example with Paye would have been perfect, because I definitely wasn't going to use him for more than 99 games, but he was still a really fun card and a really nice card to use for that shorter duration. I hope you've all enjoyed the video of me talking about super loan cards on Ultimate Team. I want to hear from you as well. Let me know how you feel about super loan cards in Ultimate Team. Are you as excited as I am for the potential future of having super loan cards as SBCs in future Ultimate Teams as well? And of course, if you have enjoyed the video, dropping a like would be very much appreciated. And if you want to see more videos like this and other cool content we'll be making on the channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the rest.